What's up, everybody? Welcome to the first episode of my podcast. Um, Today, we're going to be discussing an article, as we do for most of these podcasts, as you're going to come to see. Without further ado, let's get right into it. The Zarefsky article. This is the first thing that we were assigned to read. The main point of this essay is that argumentation is the offspring of logic, dialect, and rhetoric. And this essay does its best to elaborate that there are 5 key assumptions of these rhetorical approaches to argumentation. The first one being audience assent is the ultimate measure of an argument's success or failure. The second one being argumentation takes place within a context of uncertainty, both about the subject of the dispute and about the process for conducting the dispute. Number 3, the arguers function as restrained partisans and accept risks that follow from such a status. Number 4, despite its seemingly adversarial nature, argumentation is fundamentally cooperative, pursuing the shared goal of making the best decision. And 5, argumentation is grounded in the situational context of particular cases. You're probably wondering, why does it matter? Well, the answer is that each of these approaches involve certain assumptions or commitments. Usually, unless they're challenged or like somebody wants to argue about your opinion, it might not have the opportunity to be changed or even known with you arguing. Like, you are letting your opinion be known by arguing, which is also good. First point is the audience, and this is important because without the audience being present in the argument, it really gives the two partisans less of a reason to want to argue. The example used was the Federalist Papers of 1788, and they were written to address the skepticism among New Yorkers about the Constitution. Some New Yorkers were scared that the federal government would show favoritism to the neighboring states of Connecticut and New Jersey. They also thought that the government would undermine them, or that the government would have too much power. Instead of adhering to what the government thought and telling the New Yorkers that they had too much power, they flipped the script and actually defended the New Yorkers and went against the government. And that shows the importance of the audience in argumentation. The second is uncertainty. This drives argumentation because not all matters that you argue about are going to be set in stone matters. For instance, every day, like, you could ask, should I brush my teeth today? Or should I go get acai bowls today? Or should we go on this vacation today? Like, all of these can be argued from different people. They're either going to be like, yes, bro, of course you should brush your teeth. Like, that's disgusting. Or they're going to be like, nah, bro, like, it's chill. It doesn't really matter today, I guess. Like, the third is the role of the arguers. Now, the role of the arguers is a kind of confusing one. The role of the arguers is kind of confusing because it can be two different things. Sometimes they believe that they're right, and that gives them a reason to advance their point. Whether they if they care for the audience, for your opinion, and for your better well-being, for victory, that is their main influence. They want to win the argument to, prove their point and show that they're not wrong. That would be known as self-restraint arguers. Those are people who know or think that they have the right point and can hold themselves back from taking things too far and having a professional conversation with you or argument with you and trying to sway your point. The other form of arguer is one who really doesn't care if they're wrong. They're kind of just trying to prove their point because that's what they think is right, and that in a sense can make them almost more respected. They're just like, hey, I don't care if I'm wrong. I think this is what I believe is right, and I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna argue over it. The third part of argumentation is cooperativeness. Even though you're arguing with someone, that doesn't always mean that you can't cooperate. At the end of the day, when you're arguing, you're cooperating to find a certain point or agree on something. And even if you're in the act of arguing with somebody, you have to cooperate on certain things, like the basis of the argument and the facts that are known that you guys can agree on, that you don't have to dispute on. Particularity. This is important because in an argument, everybody knows, the two partisans engaged know the particularity of exactly everything that they're arguing over. And if they don't, then it's not going to be a substantial argument. For instance, it's not going to be a good argument if somebody who watches basketball every day and knows everything that there is to know about stats from the 90s to present, they're going to blow somebody out of the water in an argument about who's the GOAT between LeBron and Michael Jordan, just because they are more particular on that subject, where, you know, it would be more entertaining if both of these people who are partisans who are arguing are very particular and very knowledgeable on the subjects that they're arguing about. In conclusion, we need these 5 segments so that we can categorize argumentation, and, you know, scholars can characterize it and, you know, define these terms and give examples of that practice. Tune back in for episode 2. Appreciate you.